welcome. Yes, we're back to our old setup here. This is your November 2024 Love Tarot Monthly Energy Update, good for all signs. We're going to take the month week by week for your person, you, and the connection. After that, I'm going to go through the month astrologically speaking, and we're going to apply it back to the tarot spread so you can see what might be unfolding each week as we go through the month of November. I'm going to start with some oracle from Fortune Oracle. Let's get a little bit of a message here for all of us for the month. Swear, I think we got the same card last month. Card 34. I love the numerology, 3 and 4, 7. Unity, a time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate and attract great love. I mean, the graphic is gorgeous. Now, this is my new desk. Obviously, it is deeper, so I'm a little further away. But it is what it is, people. Okay. So we have card 34. I'm going to read it to you right out of the guidebook. It says, this card is all about emotions, feelings, developments, and rewards. There's a greater sense of harmony surrounding relationships, and new projects in your career or business will fulfill you, but be prepared for an unexpected twist of fate. This card signifies the harmonious union between two people, and you may come together with a person of great energy who will uplift your life. It also foretells two people bonding through an emotional connection. Now, in the little section for relationships, it says this card represents two people of similar beliefs and traditions bound together in a soulmate experience. You desire more intimacy in your life and long for a deeper emotional connection. You have opened up your heart and let go of the restrictions of the past and are now free to show your true feelings and make long-term decisions. There are definite changes ahead, and progress in most relationships is likely. Trust and communication will be strong, and now is an auspicious time for commitments and proposals in all kinds of relationships. It can also be a symbol of seduction, foretelling desire and passion and an incredibly strong, deep connection. So people, listen to me. If you have not yet done so, please watch the new moon in Scorpio reading that I just uploaded yesterday. We're in the energy of the new moon as I record this because it hit at 8:45, it peaked at 8:45 a.m. Eastern time this morning on November 1st. So we come into the month of November with a new moon, and it is a new moon where we are asked to visit shadow. And in an effort to forge deeper, more vulnerable emotional bonds. So this couldn't be any more perfect of a message for us. And November is one of those months, I'm going to get to it because I've got notes, where there's a little bit of a roller coaster. We do have Mercury beginning his retrograde, will have his pre-shadow phase, so he doesn't turn around till later in the month. But we got to be paying attention to things from the neck up for most of the month for how we're perceiving things, right? Especially in matters of the heart for this month. So how auspicious. I swear I think we got that card last month too, but it feels like it's round 2. I almost am positive we got that card. Here we go, guys. So I'm going to pull the spread. I'll give you my general impressions briefly, and then we'll go back through with the clarifiers as needed. Here we go. Overall energy. Knight of Swords. So with the Knight of Swords as the overall energy, there's something we may need to clear up. There may be some communication where there's a sense of energy to make sure we understand or that we're understood. That's a good energy to open up with. This top row, you may not be able to see it just yet, is your person. This middle row is your energy. And the bottom row is the connection. I'll hold everything up though. So let me pull it down a little bit. Maybe you'll get a little sneak peek at this top row. Nah. Okay. I may have to, over the weekend, zhuzh and play with the camera angles a bit, but it literally just arrived. So in week one, your person is coming into week one with some curiosity, and maybe there's some kind of a message. They want to deliver something. This may be a precursor to what's about to be discussed, or something that they're trying to make sure you understand, because you're coming in with the energy of the Ace of Pentacles to week one. And that talks about maybe some form of an offer, talking about commitments or up-leveling of some sort. And as far as the connection goes, it's about someone showing up for you, being available for you, having your back. King of Pentacles, a masculine archetype of a life partner. This doesn't have to necessarily be a person, but just an energy and the connection that's needed, or that's a focus. So week two for your person, Four of Swords. I like this because we do have a healing energy with Chiron in the mix in the astrology. I'll get to that round about week one, week two. So something that this person is, from week one to week two, whatever it is they're going to say, whatever it is that's on their mind, whatever information they're looking for before speaking, they want to be sure that it brings some healing to the situation, because you're going to be like a cat on a hot tin roof. Nine of Swords, with maybe some anxiety, some worry, some sleepless nights. And in the connection, the Eight of Wands, it will be time for an important conversation to sort of settle everybody down. So then moving from week two to week three, your person with the Two of Wands, that's where they're sort of starting to look at the path forward, really examining what they want here. And you're coming in with the Ace of Swords, seeing something clearly, or maybe getting some downloads. And in the connection, it might be time to kind of pull back a little bit, or there may be a sense of pulling back. There may be something where after this conversation, we go to neutral corners, right? This person in consideration of what they want going forward, and you going, oh, I'm seeing something here that I need to consider. It's kind of like the lights go on. And so with that Four of Pentacles, it doesn't feel extreme to me. Obviously, we'll wait for clarifiers, but it seems like the conversation has you both maybe pulling back just a little bit, guarded, just a little bit. Your person, week three to week four, closing out the month. Queen of Swords. Yeah, it may be that there will be some need for diplomacy, something where there may be a question and answer session that takes place. You're closing out the month also with a focus on, well, what do you want? Where are we headed? What'd you come up with? What action are we taking here? And the Knight of Wands is the action taker in this situation. Sagittarian energy. We have Mercury moving into Sagittarius, so that may be where something does sort of open up. Mercury's not really happy in Sagittarius, because it's, think about it, planet of our thoughts. This is too flighty, it's too fast, but there may be just enough. If you look at it, your person is aware that you may have unanswered questions. You're like, well, chop chop, what's going on here? And then something may just actually open up and get moving. Or it may just come back around again to be revisited. That's another possibility. So that is my general take on the month of November. In a broad sense, it's a general reading, not a private reading. So obviously with the great expanse of people, I'm giving you broad brush strokes here, and you will have to personalize it for yourselves. I do offer private readings. There is always a link below every video that will take you to the booking page. So consider that. Holidays are coming up. Makes a nice gift. Also want to mention, as officially starting this month, my normal order of readings, Aries through Pisces, is changing. So as a result, I made a little video. It's going to say right there, watch this video. So you can click that little tab and it'll take you to the video explaining what the order might look like and why I'm making those changes. Okay, so I took the time to do that to explain, so watch it, don't watch it, but yeah, things are changing. So do that. Knight of Swords. Okay, so yeah, I have a feeling that this Four of Pentacles is... someone here in the dynamic between you is feeling a little bit uncertain, very guarded, pulling back. There's a need to sort of work through something, focusing on a creative solution to a problem. And the World card is that opportunity to close out a cycle through some measure of clearing the air, making sure we understand each other. The Knight of Swords can be argumentative. And so it could have been that I'm coming into this reading where there's already been tension, there's already been disagreements, there's already been some things that have slipped off the tongue. That's very common with the Knight of Swords. Right, it's Gemini energy, like something just kind of shoots out there. You have to kind of roll your tongue back and sort it out and work it out. And somebody's kind of got, closing off their heart chakra a bit. So I'm seeing the World card as a lesson learned. Let's sort this out. This is the overall energy for the reading. And because I see in week 3, after a conversation, somebody goes back into that closed off mode. So I'm just saying that's part of what I see might be happening here. So I'm going to look at your person with that Page of Swords to the Four of Swords. In week 1, Queen of Swords. Yeah, I feel like your energy is the Queen of Swords. And this person is sort of coming in week 1 to week 2, knowing like I got to be careful with what I say or like some major shit's going to go down. They know, they get it. 9 of Cups in this case coming through as I can't kind of shorthand this. I can't be complacent. I can't come off as if this is no big deal. I have to be careful about what I say to my Queen of Swords because it has to provide some healing. It can't exacerbate a problem that already exists. So I do feel like your person understands in the first week or 2 of November that they have to sort of be considerate of what it is that the information you're after, what it is that you want to know, or if something has already happened, that you're already in some sort, like you're already feeling some sort of way about things, because that Queen of Swords, very diplomatic. Well, Queen of Swords here, I said Queen of Swords, no, this is Justice. Not Queen of Swords, my bad, but both energies are Libra, so it feels to me like diplomacy is going to get this person further than if they play it off like it's no big deal. That's week 1 to week 2. For you, Ace of Pentacles to the 9 of Swords. Seems like some offer that you waited for, it feels like it's coming in, you're worried that it's coming in more like breadcrumbs. The Death card here is not helping because it's like you're catastrophizing. There's an energy of being more fatalistic about it. Because the offer is going to be different for each one of you. Because it could be that you were going to get together, or it could be you were going to spend some time together, or it could be a literal, physical, tangible offer, as the Ace of Pentacles often is. Could have been a promise of some sort. So when I'm seeing this death card from the bottom of the deck, it's in your unconscious awareness. And here's all the worry heading into week 2 of I've waited so long and all I'm getting is breadcrumbed. And in the connection, what you need is someone who's showing up. And so worry in that is the conversation and how what is said, how it could potentially shut you down. So let's go ahead and look at week 2 to week 3 in the connection. Popped right out. Divine Feminine in that Empress, 9 of Pentacles. There's the Page of Swords. And here we go with that 4 of Pentacles. All right, so week 2 to week 3, this conversation, whatever's happening, and your curiosity or this person isn't sure where things are going because you're shutting down. And if you become more isolated, or if you become colder, or a little bit too, what is the word I'm looking for? Too solitary, because we go from the open receptiveness to the independence and autonomy, and the I'm fine of the 9 of Pentacles, because she's the single person of the tarot, right? That I don't need anybody kind of an approach, let's say. It could be a mixed message. So keep that in mind, because I'm feeling like whatever the communication is from week 2 to week 3, it could lead this person to be a little bit confused. It could be, you're dealing with someone who may be extremely literal. And so if this is not your intention to shut down, then the dialogue's going to be really important. That 8 of Wands is going to be really important to make sure that you're communicating what your needs are. So I'm going to look at you, week 2 to week 3, the 9 of Swords to the Ace of Swords. Yeah, you're worried and fearful that you're just dealing with somebody who's in it for the minute, and that isn't invested, and that's more self-serving. It's like you're anticipating the worst. Hold on, guys. I want you to be able to see all these. Right? So that by the time we get to week 3, that Ace of Swords is something that becomes a little bit of an epiphany. It becomes something that's eye-opening, but it's coming from fear. And that's part of what this whole month is about. The whole new moon in Scorpio. We have a powerful month because we have a black moon. You know how a blue moon is 2 full moons in one calendar month? Black moon is 2 new moons in a calendar month. 1st of November we have this. We're having it right now, the new moon in Scorpio, and the last day of the month of November, we have the new moon in Taurus. No, we have a full moon in Taurus in the middle of the month. We have another new moon at the end of the month. I'll check that when I do the astrology. But we have another new moon, so I feel like as we're moving toward the end of the month, getting to the 3rd week of the month, the last week of the month is what I'm trying to say. Ace of Swords, there's something that you're seeing or you're having an awareness of, but it's coming from fear. You're anticipating something, and so that's what you're seeing. Right? You know that saying, don't start, none won't be none? Well, you're starting something here by seeing something through the eyes of fear, through the eyes of worry. And it's going to create a situation where you shut down. And that's going to make it a little harder for your person. So let's look at them from week 3 to week 4. where they are in this position of like, what's the path forward? What do I want? Because then week 4, it's justice. I said Queen of Swords, it's justice. And look at this. Wow, Queen of Pentacles with the 2 of Wands. Now we have a Queen of Pentacles and a King of Pentacles. And we got the 10 of Pentacles, which is talking about life partnership in the future. Wow. And justice. Justice is about the fairness in the situation, the balance, the harmony. Yeah. What they decide is they want a future with you. They want that. And the balance and the harmony return. Because they either find a way to articulate it or they come upon the realization of it. And wow. Like I said, it's one of those kind of months. Let's see for you, week 3 to, I'm doing like the whole month for you because your energy is all over the place. Ace of Swords to the Emperor. The Star. 6 of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Correct. So week 2 to week 3 seems to be the bumpiest for you, but it also seems to be where your person kind of has a shift. And so maybe that week 2 to week 3 for you and the Ace of Swords is maybe where you have that moment where you say, well, what do you want? What do you want? Because you both do a shift in week 3 to week 4. And where you are kind of very clear that the dream for you is that this person takes the action that's needed to sort of be mutually invested in this connection. That's the dream. That's the dream. That's, wow, could have had a VA. It's all I really want. Some reciprocity, some generosity. Be invested to the same degree that I'm invested. You're either in or you're out. And this person, in the same period of time, does exactly what you have asked or has the same kind of epiphany. That's what I want. I want the connection for the long term. I'm thinking at least of the long haul. And there you are with me. Or there I am with you. We're walking that path together. The 2 of Wands. And a Queen of Pentacles, feminine archetype of a life partner. 10 of Pentacles, the future, life partnership. But I'm telling you, it's going to get a little bumpy in week 2 to week 3. And this person may struggle with your tendency to pull back and shut down. I do want to look at this 4 of Pentacles to the Knight of Wands in the connection week 3 to 4. All right. They come around. They come around. You get a bit verklempt. You start shutting down, and that's where this 4 of Swords, the, seeking forgiveness and second chances, the reconciliation, reunion, the yes, I choose you, you choose me, let's do this. There you go. So in this case, what I like about the Knight of Wands is it's the impetus. It's in the moment, it's acting, it's passion. It's not like there's no daylight between you and this person in the are you with me? Yep, I'm with you. We're going to do this. Are we going to do this? Yep, let's go. Boom, done. You know how you have that where everything sort of reaches a crescendo and then it's just like we've resolved it. It's that Knight of Swords moment where there was this shutting down and retracting and contracting, and then there was the solution, and then we close out the crappy cycle and the new cycle begins. Boom, done. Put a bow on it. That's November. Okay? So, my loves, that's what I have for you. Yeah, unity, a time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate and attract great love. This is the month, and I'm going to do the astrology now so that you understand exactly what I'm talking about, because it's wild. It is not going to be for the faint of heart. Let me make sure I have these cards in the right order. I'm going to also tell you the astrology that showed up here, so why don't I do that first so that I don't forget. And please, if you've been enjoying the reading, haven't yet done so, please do subscribe below. That's our energetic exchange. I am trying my very best to stay here on this platform and bring these messages to you to help you navigate the twists and turns of your sacred connections. And the only way I can do that is if I build my subscriber base and the engagement with you in the comments and such. So that's my ask. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords as Gemini. The World card is Saturn. That's Aquarius and Capricorn. Page of Swords came out a couple times. Yep, twice. That's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Queen of Swords once here. The Tower is Queen of Swords is Libra. Talk about verklempt. We have Mars here in the Tower, which rules Aries. Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn. Justice is Libra. Page of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Death card is Scorpio. Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Moon is Pisces. The Star is Aquarius. Our Emperor here is Aries. King of Pentacles is Taurus. Empress is Venus, Taurus and Libra. Nine of Pentacles is Virgo. There's the Page of Swords again. Judgment is Pluto, which rules Scorpio. The Lovers is Gemini. And our Knight of Wands here is Sagittarius. So that is what I have for you for the... let me tone down. Jeez. For the tarot portion. Let me just pull up my notes and I'll talk to you about the astrology. So it's a really powerful month. We've got this wild new moon happening as I speak, as I read. Mars is in his retrograde shadow. And it's a true black moon. 2 new moons in the same calendar month as I mentioned. Mercury is going to change signs and start his retrograde this month. It's not the biggest energy we've moved through this year yet, but it's still going to be an intense month. So, yeah, the new moon today, it's a doozy. I talked about it. I did a reading for it yesterday. I highly recommend you watch it because I do an explanation of the energies accompanying that lunation. And so it's a cycle of great, a lunation, a lunar cycle of great change and transformation. I kind of see it as a 10 out of 10 because it's not just your, ordinary new moon, set intentions, we're good. It's such a powerful new moon that it has a lot of the dynamics built into it of a full moon. Yeah, where we're talking about gratitude and release at the same time that we're setting intentions. We're talking about digging deep to shadow, to clear what's in our way and releasing it so that we can have transformation. Also themes that are more full moon oriented. So it's a big one. Definitely one I am feeling. So we have Mercury, and that's happening today. And, you know, we've been feeling it for a few days. We'll feel it for a few days more. Mercury enters Sagittarius tomorrow on November 2nd. And this is territory, as I mentioned, he's not particularly happy in, because Sagittarius is the sign of Mercury's detriment, meaning too much stimuli for the planet of the mind to keep up with. And so his retrograde will actually start on November 25th, which is later in the month. What did I say about that? Week 3, right? So right when you're starting to go like this, Mercury is turning around and going backwards. And that's when we start having those moments, and in the sign of Sagittarius. Right there, in that Knight of Wands. So that's what I meant when I said there could be a need for the communication that you have to bring some healing, because one and or the both of you could kind of like pull back and sink into yourselves, as there might be a lot in the head that you moves too fast that you don't feel comfortable processing. So the entire first 3 weeks, starting on November 7th, right, as we close out the first week and move from the second week, move into the second week, is when everything from the neck up, like I said, all our thoughts, all our perceptions, all our communication is what we want to pay attention to, because he's still moving forward, but that's the territory that he will backtrack over during his retrograde. So it's like a 3-act play. I'm helping you all here. Mercury retrograde, you want to pay attention to Act 1, because Act 2 is what he rips back through. Like, were you paying attention? Why are you asking me what's happening? Weren't you paying attention to the first act? And then when he turns around to go direct, he goes back over it a third time. So that first, pay attention from November 7th to the 25th. 25th, he'll turn around and go backwards. So there's that. Mars is in his retrograde shadow, and it will be moving into the sign of Leo on November 4th. So that's kind of right here in week 1. So, right, where this person is realizing, oh, if I mess up and get too complacent or lazy, like everything could come tumbling down. So there's this realization. Mars is the planet of embodied action. It is, here. Basically, he's already slowing down. Okay? He's been in the sign of Cancer, not a happy camper, in the sign of Cancer. He's going to move into the sign of Leo on November 4th. And he'll turn around in early December. But he's kind of extroverted in Leo. So we'll get like that kind of B12 shot of energy in the creative sign of Leo. And then we have the full moon in Taurus right in the middle of the month on the 15th. So the sun will be in Scorpio. The full moon will be across the way in Taurus. And so we're going to be reminded again of death and rebirth, where the veil is very thin in Scorpio. And in the full moon of Taurus, right in the middle, right here between week 2 and week 3, when I said for you, whoever you are watching, things are going to get bumpy. A full moon opposite the sun in Scorpio is going to work a number on you. And that full moon is where we're connected to everything earthly, right? Our values, our sense of reward or punishment, money, pleasures of being in a body. And so we have to release things that will allow us to surrender and change. So it's like a continuation of this new moon in Scorpio. And yet, with the Klieg lights on of the full moon opposite the sun. So it's almost as if this new moon is the pre-show. And by the time we get to the middle of the month, where are you sitting? Right here, with all your fears being triggered. Okay? You're sitting here with like, am I just being played? Anticipating the worst. And then as we move past that, you go like, oh, all I really want is the reciprocity. Is just take some freaking action. Just do it. And then your person's like, oh, okay, I'm good with that. I can do that. And it becomes a whole lot simpler on the backside past that full moon. Because that's when Mercury turns around and is moving backward. It's a healing cycle, believe it or not, that Mercury retrograde. Remember I said, and here's the proof of that, and I said, stick a pin in it, because Chiron's there, the wounded healer. And, you know, there are a couple little blips there because we got Jupiter and Saturn creating a little bumpiness there, but you've got some healing energy here with Chiron in the mix to sort of smooth out the rough edges. And then we have the second new moon of the month on the last day. That is a true black moon by virtue of the two of them being in the same calendar month. And we will set powerful intentions. It's a Sagittarius moon, of course. How did I not know that? And there on the last day, the last week for the connection, I have a card associated with Sagittarius, all about movement, expansion, education, travel, all the joys of stimulation that life has to offer. And that's exactly the energy I picked up, like something finally gets moving for all of you. So I hope that helped sort of walk you through energetically what's about to happen. Yeah, not bad. That's what I have for you. Okay, so I covered it all. I am going to take this to the extended. And what I do in the extended is, now that we have the month sorted out in a general sense for the collective, I will go around the zodiac Aries through Pisces, and I will do small vignette readings for each sign, so that you can see the overall energy for you as an individual zodiac sign. Good for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And the link to that is below. And if you have the all access pass to everything I do, you already have access to it. You just need to go to moments.com to access your extended. But for the rest of you, the link is below, so I'll see you there in a second. Have a killer month. Bye for now.